Hello, everyone. It's Tuesday evening. I know I was on here with you last night. Let me first start by telling you today's woman. I want to say thank you for being here. Hi, my little sis love. Um, Good having you on. For those of you who are watching, please share. As your friend may not be my friend, to be able to have this conversation with you. Last night I was just taken aback, and I needed to have a conversation. Hey, sis Maggie, how are you? To have a serious conversation with you about what is going on in our country. First and foremost, welcome to second third Tuesday edition. We'll be here with the panelists on Thursday night. Next month, we will be live in Liberia, but Sunday we will be on 2FN Radio Bluebird to make sure that we are heard everywhere. Okay. Now, today I was listening to a confirmation hearing. Maybe most of you don't know this. If you're in the United States and you have a job, depending on what part of the career field you're in, especially if you're working for the federal government and you are a Liberian, I would tell you, wash your money. Don't waste your money. You don't know what tomorrow will hold. For some of you who were saying to us that when Trump took over, the stock market was going to go high. Some of us who were sitting on our money thinking it was going to go high so we can sell, everything is down. Okay. Everything is literally down. This is exactly what happened. I'm going to cover my money and I will show you. You see what this look like? Just see that red line, how everything is going downward? Yeah, everything is sinking. Nothing. If you have $20,000, $30,000, maybe right now you got about 800, 900. If you have $50,000, maybe depending on what stock you invested in, that where we are at this point. Okay, that where we stand. Hey Joe, um, I'm saying this to say, Gafwan asked the Liberian people to pray. The UP government or Liberian government official will not go pray. They take your money up front. They divide it among they and their children. Okay? And their boyfriend and their girlfriend, their family. And then they tell you to go pray. They tell you you must wait for God. You know, I was saying something last night to the Liberian people. When you make a mess, you need to turn around and look in the mirror and try to clean your mess. But Liberian people try to change it and say, oh, we'll wait for so and so time. Oh, the new word on the market is 2029, not far. 2029 is far. We went to bed last night. Go look on Facebook and see how many people died last night. Go look how many young people died in Liberia last night. That's what I will first tell you. Same here, sis. Same here. Okay? They died last night. Who told you you have tomorrow? Who told you you have 2029? What? And you know, when you get to my age, whenever you pass 40 years old or 35 years old, time becomes the most valuable resource that is irreplaceable. And most Liberian people have no sense of time, no urgency of time. You talk like you're God. You talk like you know what tomorrow will bring. You talk like it is by design that that time you will be there to vote or you will make a decision. You don't know that. You just don't. Those are the reality or the frailty of life. Let me explain to you um let me explain to you Gafwa. Let me explain to you Gafwa who is telling you to go pray where his budget is, the finance ministry budget came from 100. In fact, before we had time, it was under 100 million. Now it came from 140 million to 207 million. But they are telling you and your children, they're telling you and your family, you must go pray. They're sounding like the pastor. Hi, Doc. When the family's sick, they say, go pray. When you need car, they go pray. But when the pastor need car, they tell the members to contribute money to buy the car. Today, I listened to a confirmation hearing. I listened to a confirmation hearing where Delon told us he makes $10,000 a month. This is a country that is telling you they are poor. You know, I started yesterday to explain to you all that Liberia has never had a plan. Okay. 2014, We are at the Carter Center. I am Regine King. I've been face to face challenging American government official, the governor of my state on NPR, going on MSNBC, and all of this station to the point that I will not even CNN contacted me. I was not in a position. I was like, I don't want, because I was getting stressed out of what was happening in Liberia, how scary it was. Yeah, brother Jesse, they are making fun of the Liberian people. So we went to the Carter Center to try to see if we can find help for Liberia. We are gone to Emory. Obama had come, and we went to the Carter Center to see if this Mana River Union team that came, we have a plan. Y'all listen to me keenly. Guinea Kim, or Guinea ambassador, came up on the stage after the doctors from Emory and all the other places have come out and give an update on Ebola. And they have said to us there were 3 scenarios. The do nothing scenario, the community level scenario, actually there were 4. The international community scenario, or the joint good web, but the citizen own the fight for Ebola scenario. And the first scenario that said do nothing, they say we did nothing and just wait. The people will ride it out, okay, and they will build immunity. But at least 1 million people were going to be gone by December. Mind you, July 24th, 2014, that when we discovered where we got a call that Ebola was in Liberia. A day or later, Sawyer was leaving for Nigeria. He already had Ebola headed to the state, and he had passed. The second was, you leave it for the international community to do it. They will fight it, but a lot of people will die. There was not a particular figure. Then there was the one that they came together, or leave it with the community to take care of it, where money will be disappearing, things will happen, and most people didn't understand the severity of Ebola impact. Then the other aspect was, we collaborate, the community own the fight, while the international community supported them. And that's the route that we took. Before we even got to that, Guinea came up. Guinea had a well thought out strategy to help the people. Sierra Leone came out. They had a well thought out strategy. When they got to Liberia, that time, Solontia was the ambassador. I was the vice president for my community. He said to the people, they were waiting for their partners. I was not supposed to speak that day. My Lord Joe, I said, maybe I weigh like 110 pounds at a time. I got up, grabbed that microphone, and I said to them, shame on you. You are not, you don't have partners. Beggars do not have partners. And I said, I have never seen this my whole life. Maybe I might never see it, because no parents will watch their child die, and they will do nothing but wait for another man to come from their house to save your child. That, for me, that was what I saw it at. Us. Ellen was not in Liberia at the time. I think they said she had gone to Vatican or whatever. The whole night, when I got through, I left the mic, walk away. The whole night we were at the Carter Center. the Liberian ambassador or the delegates from Liberian embassy, none of them will. Anytime they saw me coming, they will go to other direction for a very long time. Even they come to Georgia, they will not say nothing to me. This is the mindset that we have. We speak of how educated we are. We memorize the student companion. We speak all this big core vocabulary. Okay, we are the one who been writing, adding to the dictionary. We come on Facebook to correct other people English, knowing that English is not static. Folks, I teach in America. The way people wrote then, they don't write like that anymore. And any word that is used over and over, people study it, they collect it, they add it to the dictionary. Every year, Oxford, Webster, all add to the dictionary based on the usage because of how words are created. Liberian men will come and tell you, you must use it this way, you must use it that way, because they're the one who make English, but they don't know how to grow food to feed themselves. So it was, for me, it was very disheartening and very disappointing that a nation from 1822 could not devise with all the Harvard train, the Yale train, the this train, the masters, the law degrees that line up itself, and the political degrees, and the which one it is? What the other one? Conflict resolution degrees. They could not find any resolution to bring to the table, but they were waiting for their partners. I listened to I'm going to start with Gafwan, insulting our people. And they are very intentional in what they do, what they say, because they know majority of our people are uninformed, they're uneducated, cannot read, or they are too busy trying to find food for their children. In a given time, in a lifetime, if you wake up in the morning and your biggest job is to find food to eat, everything else is secondary. You know, we used to sing a song. You say, enter back and Aston in Liberia in the Christendom. You know, when I was little girl, I can't sing, but I would sing this. There was a song my old man then used to sing. And it says the issue of God is not compulsory. God does not compel you to go. So long you are going, God will not force you. It's not like the earthly matter where man forces you or where the law forces you, but God does not force you. What we've done in Liberia is we have continued to sabotage the nation. You know, yesterday I was telling Liberian people on this platform, my personal platform, when I was talking to you, you think the U.S. State Department does not know that you steal most of the money that is sent there? You think the Human Rights Commission, the head of the Manisky, you think he does not know that you loot the nation? They do. They do. For majority of the time, all right? The essence of diplomacy is for them to protect their interests. You won't kill all your people if they are getting where they're going to get. Yeah, every now and then they will step in. Majority of you in UP today, you protested with me. Some of you spoke in Pelosi office. Some of you wrote because it was CDC that were in power. You wrote because you were in the government and you knew what was going on. And you send those documentation, hi Alio, to those people. And you came just to do the same thing. So this man, yesterday y'all were clapping for Reptile, telling you America has not done enough for Liberia. You know, like I put on Gafwan paper, reel. We are like dogs returning to our vomits. But now you're coming and telling us America gave Liberia 100+ millions of dollars, and you're squandering it. You're stealing. You're telling us America send food to feed our children in school. Half of the time, the children building their own school, they're sitting on mud block or they're sitting on window. I will play some of it. Let me come put some up here. Okay? Yes. And last night, as I was talking to you, I said, how will Africa develop when we do not do business within Africa? We think it's prestigious to say, I went shopping to America. You think it's prestigious to say, I went to France, I got me some Bugatti, whatever you got. I got me some Louis Vuitton. I got on some, what about it, Balenciaga, whatever. I'm not interested, okay? Here says, that's where it is. The last I checked, I don't know how much it is, but it was a little over 50 African, intra-African, what do you call it, trade, were a little under 15%. But that was last year when I checked, because I have to teach my children what is the intro to economics, okay, and finance. So the last research that I had, I'd have to do a presentation on that, what it was, either 2 years ago or last year. I don't remember. So, and I gave you an example, how it says in Liberia, how Liberian women will cross into Guinea to go bring product. Okay. The commerce people, immigration people will come to their store, their shop, they will take it, they will carry it, they say they will destroy it because they didn't go through the monopoly. Only certain Lebanese people or Indian people are allowed to order certain goods. If they don't order it, it don't come from it. That means you have to come from Butu, get on a car, go all the way to Morovia, to go to Sati brother, to go to Hassan brother, to go to Babu J brother, before you can have that product. If not, your own brothers and sisters, the Liberian police, the Liberian commerce group, the Liberian immigration group will come and take your stuff and carry it and destroy. They say will destroy. I know they can keep it. And that is the bigger picture when it comes to doing business with. And I look at that number, majority of our goods and services were coming from China, a bulk of that. Maybe next week, as I do this, I will bring the PowerPoint. I'm going to go and do more research and get an updated one so I can present it for you to see, because, you know, visual is good. I just want to give you like verbal, but I want to give you visual so you know what I'm talking about. Okay. Yes. 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 It's not free market. It's not supply and demand. Okay. They strangulate our people. The water, bottle of water here, if now a Liberian person ship water to Liberia, they will seize it and tell you you are not allowed to bring water to Liberia, right? So when you go to the store, there are 40 bottle of water that is here at Costco for $2.99. It's $26. Guess what? Who gets to pay for it if you want to drink safe drinking water? Guess who got to pay for it? The Liberian people. But here it is. Here is the problem. The problem is your government government official do not get to pay for the water. Your government official do not get to pay for gas. Your government official do not get to pay for rent. They don't. You pay them $10,000 or more. You turn around, you pay them for housing. Okay? You turn around, you pay them to have yabo, to have house girl, to have cook, to have security, to have a driver. I think each of them are assigned at least 5 persons. And you are telling me, go pray. The country is poor. They are taking advantage of you because they think we are stupid, because they think our people stupid. Ghana, okay, and we are experiencing the experience of 40 years, okay? That's what we're experiencing. When you talk, the UP people, some of the Lofians, many of them, they come under your post to insult you, to tell you stay long inside. Ma, let me tell you, I've been married almost all of my adult life. Yes. Let me brag a little bit. I'm not just beautiful. I have a good spirit. And I respect myself. I grew up in this town. I grew up in Georgia. Y'all go ask my husband. When I got married in this town, people used to go ask because people thought I was a gold digger or I was too bougie. People would not speak to me. My CEO clothes I was washing, the way I carry myself. A lot of people stay away from me. Until I was married, people were like, oh, we didn't know you were single to talk to you. There's nothing, especially when I was young in college, that I wanted I could not get. Free. So no, I will not stay long inside. You know, and I will brag about myself a little bit. When I first came to the country, I called my mom one day. I said, Mama, she said, what? In fact, I landed in New York. And my cousin took me to, there was a marrying in a place in New York called Faces. My Lord dry said with my dry cheeks, yeah, I will talk about myself. I did some photo shoot there, did some work there. But I didn't want to stay in New York. Hey, sis, mother. And I called my mom because I was so excited. Because in Liberia that time, when you drive by, they say, look at that dry pony, look at that dry pony, look at that dry pony. Okay. I called my mom to tell Mama, I am one of the 2% most beautiful women in the world. It had never left me. I'm sorry. 5'5", 110, 105 pounds. Everything in place. So no, I will not stay long inside. I have lived. If I could drop today and die, nobody will tell you a child died. I have had a full life. You're very welcome. I have had a full life. I've come full circle from a girl born on banana leaf. Oh, my mother lapa, she has to tell her lapa to put on me. I have walked installers at one of the most powerful houses in the world. I have refused to meet one of the most powerful presidents with all the respect in the world because his value did not align with mine. Because I knew I could not convince him, and I didn't want to start something from pass on me or my children. Most of you will go for the picture. Most of you will go for the feel of it. Most of you will go because you want to brag. Most of you will go, although you know your value does not align. But most of you don't have any belief system that you will stand by. Either you try, you stick with it. If it makes you look good, you will stay with it. That what differentiates you and myself. We're not the same. We will never be the same. Because some of you fall for everything. I speak my truth. I can love you and still speak my truth to you. Okay? Gafwan is taking, before they left power, I believe the budget for finance was a little under 100,000. When we are thinking they carry up to 100 and some more, million. The UB people all were in the street protesting. Okay? In fact, a friend of mine did a whole presentation on the budget. How Manasali had it this way, had it that way, how the GDC people were stealing. The world over is strategizing how to protect the people, how to prepare to absorb the shock of the United States, who have become so powerful. One thing that I've learned over the years, even when I studied the world over, okay, no king live forever, no kingdom lasts forever, for it is written. And this is not biblical. We can go to Rome, we self-destroyed. We can go to trade, which brought in their own enemy to destroy them. Okay, we can go to Egypt. What happened to them? Great Britain, one of the most powerful kingdom ever, now have to take a step back to make an assessment to see how they will deal with the child that they born. America is the child of England. Most of you don't know that. America is the child of England. The state that I live in, Georgia. The man who established Georgia, the colony called Georgia. Okay? Yes. Thank you, Peter. The Ottoman Empire split it into, in fact, just break it into parts. Okay? Into parts. This Georgia where I'm sitting now, James Augustus, who came and set it up. When they got ready, the very England, they turned against, they said, we're cutting out with you. The Roman Empire, go ahead, Peter. Here we are. So, looking at that, I can't pass anything by America. Because if you study the world, you will know when things are happening, yes, Greece, you will see trend. If you're paying attention, you will see trend and know what's going on. Have we had issue before in the United States? Yes, indeed we have. Are we strong enough to absorb those shocks? Yes, we can. I believe so. But then what if? Yes. So Gafuan, who before he came to, let me make disclaimer, Gafuan is like a brother. He's a friend of my brother. But when it comes to Liberia, you know, the Peter will say, because my children's lives are involved, I take no prisoner. That's me. I take absolutely no prisoner. We will speak our truth. I'm about to play this video from this man, Gafuan, telling us if America is taking the money, they will reach out to more people. Is that your strategy, sweetheart? Is that your strategy, bro? Is that your strategy, Mr. Minister? Is that your strategy? Somebody's song? Is that your strategy? Is that how you're going to reconstruct Liberia? Is that how you're going to help the people ride this wave and give us an independence? You know, there's a saying that goes, in a time of deep trouble is when ideas are born. What is your idea? What is the essence of you being the head of finance and development? You're supposed to be projecting the future of the nation. 5 million people. I heard Boaka say he want to do like military. You got 5 million people. All of them hungry. What military? What military? That you don't even pay enough. Yes, Paul, you can join. I can send you the link. Okay? You are not China. You know, I asked my children, we're doing review today, and the first question I asked the kids was, and what do you need to win a war? What's the first thing you need to win a war? You need strategy. You need men. You need manpower. The guns will not shoot themselves. You might be strategic. You might have people. You got 5 million people in your whole region. You have the smaller population. You are the poorest, so to speak, in so many words. But you are the richest. But you have no brain power. Let me say you this. I'm here for 30 more minutes. Okay. And sadly, I'm looking at this man insulting our people, telling them they must go pray. Oh, but you just up your budget. You just up your budget from 140 to 207, over $60 million. You hear it? He just upped his budget over $60 million. But he's telling the Liberian people that they must go pray. It's just that the pastor then can tell the Liberian people. And the people then, when they want baka, they come to the members and tell them to collect money. When the people want baka or they walking by land, they tell you, "We pray, I will pray for you." Eh? That's what they're doing. So let me do this. Liberia, yeah, something. So Papa Pwaka now want Liberia to 40 Liberia to have some sort of military, whatever he wants to have. But how does that make sense? You can't feed your people. How does that make sense? Most of your children cannot read. I visited from county to county during the election. Okay? Our children. Some of them can't even speak English. Most of them don't even know their birth dates. They don't know their birth date. Oh, it's a place they're looking for to waste your money. So the president nephew that they were interviewing today makes $56,000 a month. There are 2 Liberians in the world that I might think that live in Liberia, or maybe 1, who may have at one point made that kind of money a month. $56,000 a month. The man came to the interview. He was afraid to speak, to tell how much money he made. Okay? Paul, I just sent you the link. $56,000 a month. But your sisters are dying, waiting $150 to take operation. They and their babies. 2 at one blow. Imagine that. Reconstructing Liberia. Your ministers get over $3,000 a month for gasoline so they can sleep in the heat. To begin with, you hire a man who told you he was coming to rescue you, who told you your children were suffering. Says Faith, they need to reconstruct the salary. I have said over and over, and I will say it. No one in Liberia working for a government, okay, should be making $10,000 a month. What your value addition? What you bringing to the table? What are you bringing to the table? let me play. Let me find this and play that. Let me find this man. Lord, Liberia is a funny country, very funny country. I'm gonna play the Paul, if you're coming, come on, so we can navigate this together, and then I will go. Okay, I'm gonna play this. This is Gafwan. The first thing he taught, this was bluffing stuff. Come and he talking, and there we are. Okay, why is this not coming down? Okay, I have not done that. I have done that. Okay, this is Gafwan. I'm gonna play this and listen to him. The same people that were clapping yesterday and singing, saying that America does not give them no money, they were not partnered. These are the same people now who are crying in the
to Liberia over this period, I think from 2022 to 2029. Just this year, we had concluded an agreement for almost support in a total of 120 million to benefit mainly education, health, agriculture. They've been supporting hospitals with drugs, school feeding program for kids.
So, Minister, what is Liberia doing right now to mitigate the freeze of U.S. assistance?
Firstly, we have decided to assess the full impact. So the Ministry of Finance just concluded a report that we submitted to the President yesterday, and we are submitting to the legislature. Also, we are engaging new partners. We are looking
engaging new partners.
Source of cooperation in our various blocks, whether it's ECOWAS, the EU, and others. There are conversations already ongoing as to what we can do in our connectivity to reduce the impact on our countries without their support. Because Moon was our second largest donor thanks to the World Bank. They have committed more than 400.
Y'all heard that, folks? Houston was the second largest donor, second to the World Bank. When July 26th, y'all were clapping and singing. Y'all didn't know, and I don't know who they give the food to, or what part of the country who gets the food, what school gets the food, all right? 140 million for school fees, and they can't even pay the national exam fee for our children. Look at your CLU, nasty. It's not even like a designer poo-poo place. Nasty. You see, learning, education is not just reading from the book to your environment. Also encourage learning. You know, some kids in the classroom, I have chairs sitting, if you behave well, you go and sit in a chair. Read. Some kids will sit on the floor, some children will lay down on the floor, wherever they're comfortable, because it's a long day in school. The learning environment must be conducive. So you're getting hundreds of millions of dollars. And our people, our children struggling. Our children walking by line. Who getting the money? I'm waiting for the other video. Y'all hear what the man say? They're going to look for new partners. I just told y'all, Great Britain cutting back on their spending, and they're going to put it in defense. Joe Mahama came to, even before Donald Trump shook his leg, he came prepared to power. I got to find that video with Joe Mahama to play it. Where he was cutting by, he said the cut have to start with the leaders. Usually, it's the Ghana people that will suffer. The leaders might take the cut this time. And if you're coming to help work with him, this is the salary. When Papa Boaka then thought about running for power, we sat here and proffer idea to them. No one coming if they're minister proper, $5,000, no more. Assistant minister, 3,500. You don't buy their house, you don't buy their car. It is the country. The people who didn't have job yesterday, the people gave you job, you gave them job, and you take everything from the people. Eh? You take everything from them. Almost every day I get a son child now go take their own life because they're frustrated. They don't know where they will go from here. Either their girlfriend leaving them, or they don't know, they don't have no future. No, but Gafuan, you carry the ministry budget up 60 more million. But you will get new partners. Where you will get a partner from? Is that a strategy? You see, when we're telling you in Liberia, they plenty talking. When I tell you, Tama can fight, but you can only fight in Lofa. It means the only place these people can function, the only place these people have values that in government in Liberia. Outside of Liberian government, that where they fight everywhere they can to get in government, they can't survive. Most of them are 2 and 3 generation government brats. Either their mom or their mama or their father or their uncle were in government and how they got a scholarship. All the sacrifice, the men who are the women who to be where they are. I'm saying it. I make no apologies for it. Okay. Darius Delon said today, I make $10,000 a month. After taxes, I bring on $7,000. How much do you make? The guy could not say that. Do you think you, the Liberian who elected these people, it is fair for you in a country where over 3.6 million of you can barely find $2 a day to eat? Where your kids are so frustrated to the point that over almost 400,000 of young people are addicted to drugs. Now, one person is making that kind of money. Their Bwaka nephew is being paid $56,000 a month. What value is he bringing? Where has he changed? And I'm looking here to say, really? Really? Let me play this one. This dude we're talking about. Now they want to cut down the logs. Do they play in Liberia? They're not going to. Don't mind the stream off. They will cut down the forest. You will have no protection. The air is already polluted. They will slash and burn. The wind will come and take down everything, and you will be on the internet begging. And the money, when it comes, one contractor come to that country, they will take what they need to take from them, and they take with ArcelorMittal. They will take Brab truck. The last time when they started the contract, Bwaka alone, I think he got 3 paper trucks. And they signed the contract wherever can they sign it. They will never, I don't see them working in your favor. But let me come ahead and do this. Listen to this guy. I have no copyright to this video. I want to make sure because people quick on claiming their copyright on their videos. So I have no copyright to that video. So I'm gonna go ahead and play it. I want you all to listen.
It's not necessarily a good idea. We can derive innovative ways of deriving additional revenue only if the government decides to man up to the challenges. When I supported the current president, I was cognizant of his age and his experience, and I really thought that he still has to prove that he has the capacity to develop the spine to put in place some mechanisms that will ultimately increase the revenue base of our country. For example, the forest sector. The forest sector is largely underperforming because the government does not have a policy of its own to back that sector. International partners are sitting right there at FDA, determining what the country does with its forest sector, restraining the capacity of the government to generate revenue.
What he does not tell you is they have taken money, millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars to reserve, or not just reserve, preserve that forest, that rainforest that Liberia had. Okay. Now they want to go back on it. The thing is, even if the people come and bring money in, they will increase their salary just as they are impose taxes on our people, and they continue to impose on them and increase their income. Jeremiah Kun and Pape Puaka, and you see how much money they have? See how much the budget increase? The five of them. Ara Ajep Speaker, Nyomli Kanga, Jeremiah Kun, Pape Puaka, Thomas Fala. You see the budget alone? You see the budget? So you gotta go get your Congress suit on to come on. Okay. Now, hold on, Paul. I'll bring you on. Let me and I will send you this. I don't want to play very long, but I want to play this particular one here where Darius Dillon is talking to this man. Okay. This man and interviewing this guy. And he's not talking because he makes $56,000 a month in a poor country. Okay.
Yes. You have to think to it. Can you receive the money? I can tell my salary. Come to my second I'm making $10,994 gross. $7,963 net. You have to think to it. Can you receive the money? I can tell my salary. Come to my second I'm making.
So this man is sitting in front of the lawmakers, and poor, I'm about to bring you on. Sitting in front of the lawmakers and telling them he does not know how much money he makes a month because he knows he does not deserve that. Why are you moving? Okay, wait, I'm gonna wait. Are you still? Are you about to sit down? Okay. Because he knows that position, he's not supposed to be there. Why would he say how much money he's making? He's making $56,000 a month. Liberian people, y'all listen. Your lawmakers get driver, they get security, they get cook, they get horse gear, they get horse ball, they get yard ball, okay? They get driver or drivers. They get cars. 60,000, between 45 to $60,000 cars. We paid for them for their communication. We gave them, I think, over $2,000 worth of cards. We gave them over $3,000 worth of gasoline. So you tell me, why would they bring in competitive company in a country? Why would they install telecommunication? Why would they make telecommunication reasonable and accessible? Why would they? They don't care how much gas costs. They don't pay for gas. They don't pay for gas. I live in Georgia. I drive to work every day. I don't spend $2,000 for gas. Okay? This is where we are in this moment in time. But I'm gonna have Paul and I are gonna be here for another 20 minutes, then I'll call on night. Paul, how are you? How you doing? I can't hear you, you're muted.
I'm doing wonderful, Yassine. Thank you for the always hosting something. Thank you for hosting the show, and thank you for being there for Liberian people, even in times when they don't recognize how much you have sacrificed and how much you continue to sacrifice for them. But that's your calling, and you maybe sometimes you might bear this cross alone, but you have always been steadfast in whatever you choose to do, and so I admire you for that, and so thank you.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you. I know Sabar, I saw you at the White House this week having fun. You know, we're different people. I mean, and it is good sometimes not to agree, and it's good sometimes to agree. Um, and I always said, on the same coin, there are two sides. There's Coco, we say Coco me see. Where you see, I don't see. Sometimes what I see, you don't see, and that's fine. But let's talk about Liberia a little bit, where both of us neighbor stream were buried. And the coolest thing I can tell everybody that I pride myself on, all my 4 children, neighbor stream is buried in Liberia. My last 3 children were all born in America. Even at the height of the war, I will wait for them to subside for me to take the neighbor street home and bury it. This is how much I love this country. Folks, that's the true story. You ask my mother, she will tell you. All of my children, neighbor street is buried in Liberia. I bought plane ticket and took it and have it buried there. It means a lot to me. So I think, I don't know if you listen to Gafuan telling us they're going to find new partners. They're not devising any idea to be able to build a nation. They're not thinking about reducing and cutting back their exorbitant salary because they're stealing from the people. They will find new partners, and that is the idea. And maybe it will take more loan. What are your thoughts that a man, the president nephew, is making $56,000 a month at the bank? This is not a private organization. This is a government of 5 million people with 90% unemployment, with over 3.6 million living below the poverty line, 300 plus thousand addicted to drugs. What are your thoughts?
Well, thank
I
you.
think you're trying to listen to. You say you got to cut it off
No,
completely.
no, no. I was trying to share the video.
The video. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was trying to share it on my, on my
Okay.
platform.
Just mute it, then you share. Yeah, thank
Okay,
you.
I muted it and I share it right now.
Okay, thank you.
So we good. We good. For now. All right. Thank you. Um, this is the reason I was saying, like, let me just go on. I know we always try to be your co-host sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
It's terrible, right? And I think one thing that the president said once, and he was like, he always, not once, he always said, we are a poor country. We are a poor country. No, Liberia is not a poor country. When you really think about Liberia on like the amount of population we have, the amount of resources we have,
Resources we have,
yeah,
yes.
Liberia is not a poor country. There are countries that in better financial shape than us, with less resources than us, maybe a bigger population than us. There is no need for anyone to say we are a poor country. Yes, we are a poor country in regards to the mismanagement of the country, that people who've been in leadership for so long. So, but back to the issue about what the minister was talking about. We are entering a new stage, right? We enter a new stage where these Western countries, or these so-called people, donors and partners that we get money for, they are going inward now. They are done with this. They have a globalist agenda, but the agenda don't entails charity anymore. The agenda they have is to take over all your resources and everything. So when you talk about, when they tell you that, oh, we're going to take your aid away, you should say, okay, they're going to take our aid away, but this is what we're going to do. This is the plan that we have. This is the plan that we have. This is the resources we have. This is the partners that we have already engaged. This is what Liberia have to offer. I was saying that the last time I was on your show, I talked about Egypt. Do you know all the things that they are doing, right? They are not taking anything away from Egypt, because Egypt is significant to the U.S. Global agenda. And each present themselves in a way where they have something to offer. Liberia do have something to offer, but how can we offer something when we're going begging every day? And then the people look at us. These people are not stupid. They come to Liberia and they see the way we live our life, our government officials, the way they
Yep.
live life, the big cars. They don't care really about their own people. How you
Yep.
expect them to care about you? Back to what you brought about the President Trump. It was people, some of my friends found it controversial that I was going to meet up with him at the White House. But most of my friends who are close to me, they understood what and where I stand. And there are some things that I cannot make public now because the White House haven't made it public. But there was some engagement we did, and my presence in that room. Even when you saw when I was going live in the video, I was always, even though I'm a U.S. citizen, I'm a veteran and all that, but the identity when I was in the White House, the identity that matters to me the most, oh, I'm African. I was always talking about, oh, I'm the African guy. I'm this one. I'm this one. And so I was privileged to have we were a small group of us that got selected to meet up with the president and really have a discussion with him. I was one of the people that was, there are things that I said in that room that and promises that were made, but since it haven't been made public yet or it haven't been finalized yet, I'm not going to tell you about that. But every room I enter, I'm advocating on Liberia, and my advocating I was doing there, I wasn't talking about loans, I wasn't talking about charity. I was talking about real, tangible investment, infrastructure investment, and things that you can what we need to do. Liberia need to create a workforce like what China needs to be. Create like institution that will train people, that will give them the know-how to do these things that the west of the world need right now. Liberia can take the place of China in some regards, where China was just manufacturing. Liberia have the population, can do that. But what are we doing to sell ourselves? What are we investing in ourselves so that next time they can look to Liberia? These days, you pick up something and say, made in Bangladesh, made in, what's the place name? Sri Lanka, or made in Philippines. Why can it be made in Liberia? But the first thing is we have to prepare our population for that. And those people in power, none of them thinking like that. None of them absolutely have no clue on what's going on, and they are not thinking forward. Because where people talking about AI, they're talking about AI, they're talking about blockchain and technology. We're talking about all these things. Liberia is still living maybe 20 centuries back, you know. And when other countries are pushing forward, I can talk and talk and talk again. But when I didn't read his whole statement, listen to the whole thing, but a few videos that went, that was all on social media, I listened to it. I was disturbed by it, because the people who in power had no vision for the country, and the young people just going to continue to perish, because there's no vision for the country. And it's sad. It's very, very sad, Yasini.
Well, the voted for it, there were no vision to begin with. There were not a vision. There was nothing spelled out. There were no debate. There were no visitation. the Darius Delon of the world, the Yomli Kangat of the world, who got all her family people on board and the housekeeper, everybody get jobs and paying them arm and a leg. She alone making millions. She told us and told the Liberian people, he does not have to do anything. We will run the campaign. The Liberian people say, even in the casket, we will vote for you. Okay? So it has, until we change our mindset, this is where we are. You know,
and, and, and,
everything,
and
yes, this is where we are.
And that's why I always talking about it. Other time I was on your show, I was talking about mindset. Mindset is what would change Liberian people first. Like you have to one it take a leader because it take leader. If the people mindset change, you have to first have like a leader who's going to implement these things, going to set the pace. It's not have to be just take one person in leadership to set the pace, and then try to start from the elementary level. Try to I think the biggest issue Liberia is like try to evoke a level of patriotism in Liberians. When they become patriotic, they will not sit down to let these things that happen in front of their face. They will not sit down. They won't vote the way they vote. They will stop voting for rice. They will see the country to be bigger than what they are, and that's the issue, Liberians. They don't see the country bigger than.
And the thing is, though, and Paul, the way the American children, they talk about patriotism, number one, from the day they're born, they know they're American. In their school, by the way they were, they're conditioned to believe that the country is bigger than everybody else, even their parents.
Yeah.
Okay? They wake up every day when they go to school, before they start school. They say their allegiance to their flag. They learn about the country history, how many men died for them to be here, how the nation was founded, with all of its flaws. Okay? They teach the children that in the Liberian culture, the moment you start talking about the bad of the past, nobody want to hear it. They say, oh, you come and bring division. The next thing, they're cussing you. The young people are all over on Facebook. They gave them $5 to come on Facebook to insult people all day. They have nothing to do. They are not busy. Right now, it's 8 o'clock here, 8:30. If you go in the street, no 16-year-old in the street here by themselves. The parent must be there, they will be arrested. The parents will be in trouble. Okay? That would be unruly. That's what they call it. Not unruly. Yeah, that would, yeah, unruly. All right? Or delinquent behavior in one of those. But where are your children at this point? Go to the street in Monrovia. The children are in the street. They get abused, they get beat up, they get this. Nothing happy. The nation does not invest. You know, confusion said, people. Confusion said, for the child, okay, you as a father, when you invest, you have a responsibility to invest in your son. So when you are old, the son will invest in you. Okay? And that's the core relationship. And that's the philosophy of the Japanese people, right? That's why you see them, they put their children first. So they turn around when they are old, the children feel obligated. That's the relationship America has. America will invest in a young, unless you don't want an investment.
Yeah.
You go to school free. All right.
And then the level, or when you talk about, I think like when I talk about reformation of Liberia, and I know it can't be redundant because I say the same thing over and over. It have to start by the changing of the mind, and I think I've gone farther by saying that it have to be intentional. Where it's have to be intentional, have to start with the young people, because this generation we have right now, they are far gone. They are far gone with the way their mindset. They are like different kinds of human being. Their mind far gone. So the way it start with the young people. Take few good people to implement this, because I don't think that the generation like that, the long generation, they can change. It's an inborn corruption of epidemics that have been existing, epidemic that have been existing for so long that they will not change. So the only people that we can hope for is our kids that's coming after us. These are the people that we now need to start working on and making them to know that Liberia is more than all of us. And it's in Liberia. If Liberia keep going down this path, it would be nothing. Everybody will sell the country, like Lebanese man, like Lebanese people running our country. We don't have our own currency. The only reason Liberia and currency still exists is because we use the U.S. dollars and Liberian dollar interchangeably. That's the only reason that we have a currency, because there's no real institution in Liberia that is standing up for Liberian people. Lebanese men can beat and kill like Liberian person. You have politicians, you have government judges and people that will free them out of jail like that. Like the young girl that they almost killed the other time,
Yep.
cutting her neck. The whole lawyer plus the defense lawyer plus the judge, they all collab, and the guy was other than now he's in like America living his life. So until we can put country first, until I think it need to be like we that year we need to open maybe invest in schools, invest in like schools mostly where we create our own curriculum where we can be teaching patriotism, where every day that we need to make sure that kids write one thing that's good about Liberia, one thing that they can do to change Liberia. My nephew called me the other day, go to university. He said, "Oh, I was late for school, and for some reason I missed a test, right? And I wasn't able to take it." And he said, he called me to tell me that, oh, the teacher, this guy, he told me that, oh, he should give him 50 US dollars. And then I said to my nephew, "Why you want 50 US dollars? You told him you don't have the money. Can he give you a makeup?" And he said, "Oh, the guys, if I don't take the money, he will make sure that he will give me like zero, even though I have all this other something, he will disregard all my grades I've had." And then you know what I thought about her? I just imagine these young girls in Liberia who don't have $50. What the teacher is asking of them. They are probably asking more of them. And,
So, so Paul, you don't pay the teacher nothing. You don't hold them accountable. I'm a teacher.
and-
I'm a teacher. I can pay my bills. It may not be the kind of money I want to make, but I love what I do. I can pay my bills. I can travel. I can do what I want to do. My point is, majority of the teachers in Liberia, they're volunteers, and you're paying them $140. You're paying you're giving Patrick Hunter machine to run a generator, 3,600. You are giving him $2,000 worth of scratch cards. Okay.
wow.
You are giving Boaka $300,000 for entertainment.
For
17,000, yeah, entertainment. $17,000 for a paper in the office. Who uses paper in this day and age? Who using paper? Who using paper?
17,000 for paper in the office.
Yes, for stationery.
Hmm.
For stationery. Normally, Conga alone got $75,000 for scholarship. What would she decide who to get scholarship? What is the how is it awarded? Is the scholarship not supposed to be based on meritocracy, the best among the best? Is it not supposed to be a national thing? She alone got 75,000 US dollars. That's why when you call her name, children come, young people come to insult you. Okay, $75,000. She alone feel is $22,476. Now, even some people paycheck in the United States. Okay,
Wow.
for entertainment and gift, $12,000. Okay, this is for her generator. Her generator 22,476. For fuel and lubricant for her vehicle, 9,000. Domestic travel 3,724 in her own state, in her own country. That little square mile of place. Okay. Foreign travel, $10,000 subsistence allowance. Okay. Then foreign travel itself 25,000. So that almost $40,000.
You should
Salary,
email me this.
yes, salary $21,350 monthly. 256,200. She makes more money than the Speaker of the United States of America with
Email me
20,
this.
20 plus $1 trillion budget. So we are not poor.
Yeah.
They are looting the nation. We are not poor. They're intentionally keeping our people poor to continue to worship them. Okay? Now, who tagging me all over on this stupid man here? Yeah. Here it is. Here is Bwaka. Bwaka money moved from, okay, his office, 3.4 million. His budget, okay, foreign travel, 380,000. Foreign travel, daily subsistence, 180,000. That's more than 500,000. Okay,
So
foreign
daily
travel.
supplement, wow. So if you come for 2 weeks, every day is 100,000 for that 2 weeks. Daily travel because 100,000 per day, right?
No. That's the I believe if the year when you put it together, it's 500,000 total. So we're not talking about that just his pay. We're not talking about the plane that he rents. We're not talking about the food that he eats. We're not talking about it. Then foreign travel incidental allowance, 74,658. Domestic travel, 50,000. Domestic travel subsistence, um, 30,000. Fuel and lubricant for car, 41,840. Repair and maintenance, 35,000. Special presidential project, 149,000. Entertainment, 36,000. I think it reduces more. Celebration and commemoration state, 592,556. Over $500,000.
First celebration, what's that?
I don't know. Special Operations Service, 765,788. Yes.
I'm running for president. I'm really for president
Yeah,
today.
operational expenses, 88,641. Special Operations Service, $592.56. So you got two special operation stationary. I'm just guys. I'm done. Paul, what's your final thought?
Yeah,
I'm
yes.
Jimmy. I gotta go steady here.
Before we leave, you
Yes, Liberian people voted for this. We
send
told them.
me that. I just want to see that. I really want to go over it to, yeah, just email it to me or send it to me any way you can send it to me. I just need to get a hold of that. And it's going to get bigger than what it is right now. I'm going to put in people's hands that will make it bigger than what it is so that everybody will know and they will cut for them to cut that stuff they're doing, for them to cut it. I will put in the right people's hand that will make it bigger than what it is, you know. And but final thoughts. I love my country. I want Liberia to be better because if Liberia succeeds, we all succeed. It put less pressure on us. It put less burden on us when the people in Liberia are able to provide for themselves. They're able to live productive lives, and we most Liberians who voted for this new government was under the impression that it will be better. It was a government that's going to come in with compassion. But a lot of things they have changed. I remember when it first came in, they were sweeping the road. They were cleaning up campaign every day. The road was clean. Like in like 3 months, less than 3 months, nobody's sweeping my road anymore. Nobody going around moving the dirt and nothing happening anymore. It was all a show. And I'm saying that Liberian people need to wake up because Liberia is all you have. Liberia is all you have, and that's the only thing you have. And if you're going to let few crooks to just steal for them and their family, most of the family members, I can tell you, they're building houses here in America. Somebody that live in I know someone close to the government that needs to live in a or apartment, not even condo, apartment, 2-bedroom apartment with him and his family. Now this guy just bought a huge mansion in Maryland.
And I know who is that.
Yeah, huge mansion in Maryland. And he bought that mansion within 6 months of the new government. But all these years he's been in America, all these years he have connection with America. And they're just building and they're just buying property here. That's why this new administration, part of the main thing that we advocate for it to seize all the properties, we'll be bringing names to them. And they like to bring their money to America. We're going to be bringing names to them. And we're going to make sure that it happens. That's my vision for this 2025. But I mean, I think my final words is I want to thank you for everything you do. I just want to be all here tonight, keeping your company and make sure that I listen to what you guys say and for us to share our vision for Liberia. And I hope that um, my only hope for Liberia is for Liberia to get better, for the people to wake up, to know that they have to stop voting based on these superficial things, small better
Based on
words,
tribes.
right, and superficial things that in the Bible talk about things are not permanent, things are temporary things, things that won't last. It's stop voting on it. Vote for things that will last, things that you can take and build and become better. But the people don't care about you. So anyone listening to me, those people in power don't care about you at all. So now you have to change the way you vote. I think that's what I want to say.
Thank you, board. That said, let me say it a happy birthday to Mrs. Billy. This is Denise. I wanted to wish you a
Yay!
happy birthday. You're such a beautiful person, a calm and humble soul. When we are over there, you take care of us like we're supposed to be your sisters, your children. You watch out for us. You make sure we're fed. You make sure we're safe. I know today is a rough day for you with everything that is happening in Liberia with your son. But you know what? I'm praying for you. I know this is targeted. I know it is not about that young man, it's about you and your husband. You're being targeted. We know that. We saw where millions of dollar drugs came to the airport and walked out twice. I know for a fact that Bwakason sell drugs in front of if he himself does not sell it, but they sell it right in front of his building where his club is. We almost got killed over there. I didn't see them arresting anybody. We also know that Tonton is on drugs and we're taking out of the country to get rehabilitated while other Liberian children are. Okay. Now, you cannot put somebody in jail for 8 months and they have not had preliminary hearing. That's illegal. That's abuse of their right, but because they're being targeted. Okay. This is the CUP-led government took a woman that were accused or sentenced for killing somebody and they freed them. And they say they pardoned them. And this is the same group. But you know what? This is what Liberian people voted for. I'm going to circle back to SB Dunn. My little brother, SB Dunn, you're such a joy to know. I've known you, brother, forever. You know that was my pastor. And so I want to say happy birthday to you. I always like to listen to you, to hear your perspective. You always come strong, but yet balanced at the same time and with such humanity. So thank you and continue to teach, continue to change the world, continue to make your impact, continue to be vocal, continue to speak for your people. God bless you and happy birthday to the both of you. Paul, thank you so much and thank you for this journey. You're always here when I call you, answer. I will call you tomorrow, but we can talk later here after I will get this documentation together and we'll talk. Thank you for coming on to Carry the Night. God
Thank
bless
you.
everyone. Thank you. You have a good night.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Ciao. And see you later.
See you later, Paul. I'm trying to find my my end, second to end right